Well, they didn't hear the closing. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. All right, fixed it. Fixed it. That you people that were watching on the live stream, you didn't have to deal with the very long list of closings and cancellations and delays. So that's all right. I gave you the I gave you a reprieve there. Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. In local news today, 2024 is a major election year featuring federal contests and state races. Dr. Tiffany Boehm is the lead faculty for political science at Lake Michigan College and tells us state house races in the region that stand out include State Representative Brad Pauquette's 37th District and the 38th District held by State Representative Joey Andrews. She says Pauquette may have struck a chord with voters for his work on tax legislation, while Andrews is one seat that the Michigan Democrats are going to work hard to keep. One indication of that, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is expected to attend his re-election announcement this Thursday.
It is a big deal. And Whitmer's also championing right now Biden's reproductive rights tour. She's going out and championing that as well. And so any publicity is good publicity for any candidate. When you connect that to a well-known individual and a very salient issue like reproductive rights.
Boehm says the Democrats will make reproductive rights a top issue, while state Republicans need to overcome intra-party division and develop a clear platform. Given the focus on the 38th District by Democrats, Boehm says it's too soon to tell if they can hang on to that seat.
We need more than one or two elections to accurately track registered or likely voter behavior. So I probably wouldn't say it's strong Democrat or strong Republican either way until we get through this election and likely the next election.
Boehm does not expect a tight race in the 39th District. That's held by Representative Pauline Wenzel. What she's watching is the Detroit area, where the political balance in Michigan could be shifted to Republicans depending on how redistricting goes in the next few weeks. The St. Joseph Public Schools Board of Education is placing a $98.5 million bond proposal on the May 7 ballot. School board officials say the bond will provide funds for multiple years and allow the district to address aged facilities and infrastructure, safety and security, capacity issues, and programming needs, on the name of improving the student experience. The district plans to allocate the funds across all levels of their schools from early childhood all the way through high school. Officials say key bond improvements would add classrooms for elementary, art, music, and physical education, upgrade existing classrooms, improve student drop-off and parking, replace and upgrade elementary playgrounds, and update mechanical and electrical and roof systems. The district has set a community forum on March 18th at 6 p.m. at Upton Middle School to provide further detail about the bond scope and timeline. The board statement says if approved by voters, the bond would increase the millage to 1.95 mils for the first year. It's approximately $97.50 annually for every $100,000 of market value for a home. When the Krasl Art Fair returns to Lake Bluff Park in downtown St. Joe this summer, attendees will be asked to make a donation for admission, but it will not be required. At the Monday meeting of the St. Joe City Commission, the body was asked by the Krasl leadership for guidance on how the museum could generate revenue from fair attendance this summer. Discussions last year concluded with commissioners asking Krasl to come up with a better model than charging $5 admission while granting free admission to those who decline to pay. At issue is whether a private entity can charge admission to an event that's held on public property. At Monday's meeting, Krasl Director Tammy Favre said gave commissioners one option. This year, they could ask people to, bless you,
thank you,
to name their own donation for admission. She said it could be anywhere from nothing to however much they wish to contribute. St. Joe Mayor Brooke Thomas said that sounds reasonable.
I think it's important that we are following both the legal aspects in our city policies and procedures. I think that we are going to come to an agreement that meets both parties' needs and still have a fabulous art fair and look forward to it this summer.
The Krasl is preparing its event application to be finalized by the commission next month and wants to have the admission fee question answered before then. Commissioners urged the Krasl to proceed with the Name Your Price model for patrons. The art fair is coming up on the Bluff July 12th through the 14th. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
They need that name your price tool.
The name your price
What is
tool.
that? Progressive Insurance?
Well, there you go.
There you go. All right. We got a lot of other things to get to this morning. A lot of stuff in the news. Some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Here in just a few minutes, Dave Wolf has sports for you, as well as let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. New Hampshire prepares to head to the polls.
I'm voting Trump no matter what. I don't know if I'm going to vote if he doesn't make it.
It's probably going to be Nikki.
Good morning, everybody that's watching on our live stream. You're getting exclusive content for just a couple of minutes here while we are playing some news and doing some sports and all that other stuff. What are you doing over there? Are you mocking me? I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna punch you.
The sound isn't working.
No, the sound. Sorry, I was clicking all the stuff this morning because I was going from to go to that list and update the list for the closings, cancellations, and delays, and I did not switch over the sound until after I was done with that list. But hey, that was a long list, and I'm sure people didn't want to. People on the live stream didn't want to listen to that very, very long list.
The boss called in while you were doing it and said, "Can't we have AI do that?"
We could. It wouldn't sound as smooth and silky as my voice, though.
AI-ify the school closures.
Yeah. We got a lot of them on the app and at WSJM.com.
I'm surprised. Yeah, no, I'll save that for off air.
You're what?
Nothing.
We are off the air.
No.
Oh, you mean on the air? Oh, off air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't want to get in trouble?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You don't want to get that. Hey, Ken, could you come down to my office when you get a moment?
I hate that call.
Oh,
yeah.
What's worse? The call that the boss wants to talk to you, like calling you down or just, stopping by your office and saying, hey, come see me. Do you have a moment? Or is the email of, hey, take some time out of your schedule tomorrow. I would love for you to sit down and talk with me. What's more anxiety ridden? What builds the anxiety for you?
I would suggest it's the in-person. Hey, can you come down and see me? That, because the email could be, it's something just easier to handle in person. But if you're already in person and you can't handle it right then and there, and if it's not like a good news thing, because a good news share would be immediate and right there.
Yeah.
I think the in-person, hey, we have to talk. Can we talk?
That does,
it's not me, it's you.
My blood pressure and everything rises immediately.
Yeah.
And my heart rate racing immediately because there's that. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that email or that, even walking by your office or desk and saying, hey, come talk to me, take some time out of your schedule tomorrow. I think that 24-hour or however long it is period of buildup can be more anxiety ridden for me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, because you don't know. There's that mystery where they say, hey, come see me. And it could be all positive.
Yeah.
But it could be all negative. Could be a mix of both.
Yeah.
But I think that buildup.
I think that's just a reflection on you think you might be getting caught.
No, it's because I think of worst case scenarios in everything. I prepare for worst case scenarios all the time. So that's the way my brain works.
Do you have those books?
Which ones?
The worst case scenario books?
I think I do have.
I have at least a couple volumes, and they are fantastic, fun things to read. And they literally are survival books for what to do in the worst case scenario. Everything from a shark attack to a zombie attack. The zombie is a little silly because we haven't seen those yet, but they're fun. Worst case scenario.
I'll have to check that out.
But you bring up a good point. If you're in any kind of situation where it's a peer-to-peer or a management type situation where there has to be a discussion, remove the anxiety. Just say, hey, we need to talk about X and don't get into it. But it's like, I want to give you more context. That can help reduce anxiety.
Absolutely. I'm going to give Sarah Spoonholtz a call real quick, and then we'll get her on the phone and we'll chat with her and update everybody.
You're telling
on
me
the
to
chamber.
be quiet. Hang on.
Here we go. So silence for a little bit here, folks.
Right. Visit our showroom or shop our store online today.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Freezing rain continues for the start of the day. We will see it shift over to just rain by lunchtime and into the afternoon as temperatures warm up. We're going to see temperatures in the low 30s in the morning and in the mid 30s in the afternoon. Not a big change there. So we head into tonight, pretty quiet, mostly cloudy. We drop to 33 and then rain again tomorrow with a high of 37. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook, YouTube, and X if you want to come hang out with us over there. A lot of people watching on our live stream this morning.
Hello.
So good morning to all of you.
Yes.
Feel free to say hello. Feel free to tell us how much ice you got at your house, because I would say I got close to a quarter inch of ice layered over the top of my snow. It was not fun. I was skating everywhere.
Yeah. The roads are slippery.
I will tell you, walking like a penguin did not work all that well. I was walking like a slippery penguin, and it was,
when walking like a penguin doesn't work, that is your cue to maybe stay in the house.
It was kind of like we have the penguins where they'll walk and then they'll kind of get a running start and then they'll just belly flop and slide. That's kind of how it was in my backyard. I did not belly flop, but I thought about it.
Okay.
We've got to check in on what's going on with our friends at the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. We've got Sarah Spoonholtz on the phone. Good morning, Sarah. Are you laughing? All right.
She's envisioning you doing the belly flop like a penguin all the way to work.
Yes.
Hi, Sarah.
Jonny, I am so sorry. I am slightly terrified to go look and see how much ice I have, because it was slick driving home last night at like 5:30. So my gosh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm happy that you made it safe.
Yeah, I was all right. My dog, not so much. He was all over the place. He hit the ice and just his legs spread out, and he was like, "Hey, can we just go back inside now? I'll just hold it in. I'd rather go somewhere else." So for anybody that has dogs or anybody that has animals that you let outside, I'm sure it was very, very slick. But be safe this morning. You got a lot of stuff going on at the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. What can you update us on?
Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. So tomorrow night is our first Next Gen event of 2024. Happens at Kingfisher Cocktails and Tacos in downtown St. Joe. If you haven't had the chance to be out there to check out their amazing, delicious assortment of fun tacos, but also equally fun cocktails, definitely an opportunity for you to check that out. We're definitely looking forward to it. Registration in advance is not required, but strongly suggested so that we can let the crew know how many people to plan for. And that will run from 5 until 7 tomorrow. So that is going to be our young professionals networking, the 21 to 40-ish. I say ish because, we're not going to be like, how old are you?
Mm-hmm.
How, you can't
You're not
come
checking
in.
IDs at the door.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
Correct.
There's no bouncer outside.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go down there. You can't come in here yet. No, but it's going to be a good one. We're really looking forward to it. So hopefully we'll see some of your faces tomorrow. And next Tuesday, we've got a big day. Starts off with our next chamber chat that happens at 8 a.m. via Zoom. A day like today, perfect day to have a Zoom meeting, so it allows you to get connected in with what's happening with the chamber, fellow chamber members and such, just without actually having to leave the comfort of your home or office. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to bring these back. We were doing them during COVID. Thought, it's the winter time, it's the perfect time to do so. So here we are. Those will be every other Tuesday, as I mentioned, the next one next Tuesday, 8 a.m. via Zoom. You do have to pre-register via Zoom to let in. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you're not going to get access. So that's just one of our safety protocols to make sure that you're not a spam bot. Because we did get a couple of those, and they're not fun. So
I'm not a robot, just to let you know.
I'm very well aware. Or are you?
I am not a
Or
cat.
are you?
You're not, and you're not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
So, yeah.
Or are you? Speaking of cat, my cat is currently sitting at my feet right now. So if you start hearing meowing, I apologize.
That's
She's
all right.
Like, I want to know how things are going too. Anyway,
I do want to say meow, meow, meow to your cat.
You just told them the school was
Yeah,
closed.
they'll know what I'm talking about. They'll know what I'm talking about. That's really great. Yeah, and some really good events that are coming up. What else you got going on?
So then that same Tuesday at noon, we are going to be doing our first Chamber 101 of 2024. So bring your lunch and head to the Chamber office. It is reserved to our first 12 individuals who sign up just because space. But that's going to be a great way for you if you have been a part of the Chamber for a while and you just want a refresher about all the things that we do. Great chance for you to sit in on that. If you're new to the Chamber, always encouraged for you to learn more about why you joined us. And if you are curious about what we do and if you should join us, it's also a great chance to do that. So we're looking forward to that. This will start happening on the last Tuesday of the month. Cosita, how did you just get hair everywhere? Oh, sorry. So that will be happening at noon the last Tuesday of the month. And then on Wednesday, we have a ribbon cutting for a life plan. They're in the Benton Harbor location, just down the road from you guys. They're on Napier Avenue in Benton Harbor. They have multiple locations in the area. They started off in Niles, moved to downtown Benton Harbor back in 2017. They outgrew that space, found this one, and after 2 months of remodeling, are ready to open the doors and welcome people in. And they'll be opening a new location too in South Bend a little bit later this year. So we're really excited to hear what they have to offer, how they are, how their services can help people, and especially young women in Southwest Michigan. So we'll be doing that on Wednesday. That will be from 11 until 1. And then we've got a lot of great things happening still coming up. Business recognition breakfast. Early bird pricing runs through January 31st. And this is the regular pricing through February 9th for the event that will happen on February 16th. And also, guys, we are officially hiring for a director for our subsidiary and the Greater Bridgman Chamber and Growth Alliance. So
I saw
if
that.
you know someone who is interested in helping the community, wants to work with us, by all means, make sure they apply because we're really excited about this opportunity to grow Bridgman Lake Township.
Likes the community, likes talking and working with you guys. Sign me up. I'll do it.
Okay, I do need an official resume and cover letter and 3 references. So could you please submit those? Thank you.
I sent you my headshots already for this audition. I thought that was good enough. No, the headshots. No,
just silence from Sarah. Wow.
It was autographed and everything too. Come on. All right, that's really great. Yeah, that'll be awesome. So if anybody's interested, where can they find all that information? And if they're interested in that job?
Yeah, you can find it all by heading to our website, smrchamber.com. You can also, we've got posts up on our socials too for all of our events as well as the job listing. So Facebook, SMR Chamber, Instagram, same thing, X, yep, same thing, and also on LinkedIn too. So you can find us pretty much everywhere. Check out the events that are coming up because that's just a fraction of what we have planned over the next couple of months. And as I said, if you want more details on the job posting, you can also find that on the website.
Awesome. Well, Sarah, as always, great to talk with you. Be safe on the roads as you make your way to work.
I might work remote for a little bit this morning.
Probably a good idea for you and for many others as well. So we'll talk to you again here in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Here in just a few minutes, we'll catch you up with news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is next.
Just as the roots of a mighty oak run deep, Sturgis Bank is committed to seeing our hometowns flourish. We'll help you buy a home, start a business, or expand your company.
All righty. Let me get out of this here and
chatting with the chamber.
That's a good time. Good time with Sarah. Always love chatting with her and
they have
learning
so
about
much going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean,
So
between the regular recurring things with the next gen, the younger young professionals group, and the open houses, the ribbon cuttings, all of that stuff, they don't stop.
No.
I mean, you think that like the peak of that would be summertime and springtime and stuff, businesses opening, cool things happening, but there's always something cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out, smrchamber.com. They have a fresh new website, which easy to navigate. So I had a chance to look at that. The old website still had a lot of the great information and stuff like that, but I will say it was harder to find certain things. So I like that they gave it a refresh.
Yeah. People might not think about it or know, but website design, that's incredibly important. And the more simplistic it is and the more informative it is, the more thought and design went into it.
Right.
Because, you think about the way you go through a website, and if you all of a sudden get stymied, you get frustrated and you go away, that's usually a design problem.
Right. And two, if you have a website and it, looks good, but isn't really functional.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that stuff has to work together.
Sure.
Function and
Form
looking
and
good.
function. Yep.
Yeah. Got to have that.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
Search functions that don't work right.
Yep.
You
type something in and you're like, please be more specific. Like, how's more specific? And then you get to the final result and it's like, well, that word that was in there.
Yeah,
like,
it was in there.
Why was it not showing up?
Yeah.
So gotta stay on that stuff.
Anyway.
If you're interested about learning more about website development and things like that, go to WebSticks.
That's right, WebSticks.
WebSticks can help you solve all those problems. So check it out. And I will tell you, I was not sure when I went down some of the local streets by my house if I was going to even make it this morning. I was skating. I mean, my car's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But man, I was sliding. The anti-lock brakes were they were working.
Yeah.
But it made for some slick conditions. We do have some comments as far as not snowfall, but ice fall. Teresa says that they got about a quarter of an inch of ice. So not good.
Thanks for that report. That's a lot of ice.
Teresa, where you at? Where do you live? You don't have to be specific. Don't give us the address or anything like that, but the surrounding area, because I know in Niles, it was right close to a quarter of an inch. I got a good eye for measurement. So Jocelyn's always said that. You're good at guessing the measurements of stuff.
Are you good at time as well? Like
pretty much.
30 seconds, 60 seconds?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're just talking on our live stream. Yeah, I have a very good sense of time.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, oh, well, you got 60 seconds to get through whatever. And I think it's because I've been doing this for a long time. That internal clock is pretty good.
Yes.
You, on the other hand, I don't know your internal clock is working.
Oh, I know it's working.
I think that's
I just
broken.
ignore it. I just ignore it.
Your internal clock has a snooze button.
Do we have time for this?
It's a snooze button. You're like, oh, yeah, a couple minutes. Yeah.
How long is your snooze when you hit the snooze button? Is it the default 9 minutes?
I think so on my phone.
On my phone. Yeah.
Which to me, the person who invented the snooze button is probably the worst person in the world.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. They're the procrastinator.
Yeah. It was like, oh, this is a great idea. A couple more minutes.
And it was want to get up now?
Yeah.
Hit the snooze button.
You opened up the box you should not have opened
How
up.
did they arrive at 9 minutes? Is there some scientific biological thing behind it?
Because my other alarm clock, I think, is like 5 or 10. I think you can adjust your snooze and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I had to. What's so weird though is, do you get to a point where? By the way, we'll get to news and weather in just a moment. Hang on, people. We'll get there.
Chill out.
I have a good sense of time. I've got a minute. Do you ever get to the point where you have your alarms get into your dreams?
Yes.
To where you don't end up actually waking up?
No.
Okay, because I had to do that just the other day, where I had to change the sounds of my alarm on my phone.
Oh.
Because they become kind of part of my dreams and I don't actually hear them.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your alarm right now?
Like, what's the sound?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have 3 different sounds.
Okay.
Because I don't hit snooze, but what I do is I have a series of alarms. I have the alarms that wake me up. Yeah, this is crazy, man. I have the alarms that wake me up. I have the alarms that keep me on task for when I'm getting ready for work. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got the coffee made. I got this. Oh, well, the alarm went off. That means I've got 10 minutes to get to 10 minutes before I need to walk out the door. But again, I'll ignore those. And the last one is at a certain time. It's like, all right, I'm good. I got to leave here soon. And then I don't leave for another 10 or 15 minutes.
Do you remember how we set time on clocks and watches, etc., before the internet became real popular?
Oh, yeah. The time lady.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. You call the number on the phone.
Yeah.
I explained this to my son the other day, and he's like, "Wow,
You called the time
really?
lady." Yeah.
He's like, "Really? That existed?"
Yeah.
I'm sure it probably still exists.
I think I do. And if anybody is on our live stream, especially if you've lived here locally for a while, I believe it was a 927 number. But I do not remember the other four numbers. So if anybody happens to know those,
It's probably 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it wasn't. It was something. It was
5,
something
5, 5,
easy,
5.
but it was not. It was not 1, 2, 3, 4. So if anybody happens to know that number, feel free to comment because I'd love to see if that actually works. But no, my brother used to. My oldest brother, if he's watching on the live stream, he used to say, "I mean, I gotta call my girlfriend." If he wanted to get out of a conversation, he'd be like, "Hang on, I gotta call my girlfriend real quick." And what he would do, and he'd do this at home all the time if you just wanted to play around, he's like, "I gotta call my girlfriend real quick." And he would be the time lady. And so you'd hear a woman's voice on the other end. So
and a beep, right?
And a beep, yeah. So, yeah, babe. I'll be home later.
Yeah, I'll pick up
I'll-
some milk. I'll pick up some bread.
You want to go see a movie later? So yeah, the time lady. If anybody happens to know those numbers, feel free to send us a comment or give us a call 925 WSJM.
And I'm just doing a preliminary search here, and it looks like Lou Wallace is the person we have to thank for the snooze function. From my preliminary glance here, it looks like he was the first to patent that.
I wonder why he called it the snooze. Why wouldn't he just call it the loo? I guess the loo was already taken.
Maybe he called it the slews.
gonna-
People
I'm
were
gonna-
like, no,
I'm gonna-
it's snooze.
Yeah, hitting, because you can't say hit the loo because hitting the loo, that's the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a whole different meaning.
So yeah, we do have a winter weather advisory in effect for most of the area until 1 p.m. We have cloudy skies today and a chance for more freezing rain and a high of 36. Later tonight, cloudy and a 40% chance for some evening rain with a low down to 33. We do have a hefty list of closings, cancellations, and delays. You can find those at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. Do you want me to? I'm going to let you choose.
What?
Do you want me to run down the list, or do you want me to not run down the list?
I think running down the list is important for people who are listening right now.
All right.
You want me to help? How can I help?
You can help if you want. You could raise your hand or stop me and say, "Here we go."
Here, wait,
or something like that. Do you got it? Do you got your list in front of you?
Let me see. Let's see.
I just did a refresh of the list
Okay.
here.
I'm
just a moment
refreshing my list. Okay. Here we go. Closures for today. I'll start off, and then when I get tired, I'll
Go ahead.
turn it over to you. Allegan Public Schools are closed. Andrews University, they have an other status. In-person classes and work will start at 10:30 today. So if you're going to Andrews University, classes will start a little bit late there. Bangor Public Schools are closed. Benton Harbor area schools, Berrien Bus, and Berrien County see, I'm screwing it up already, Johnny.
Berrien County Courts Health Department Administration, the 2-hour delay.
Yeah, Berrien County Administration, Courts, and Health Department are on a 2-hour delay, but the Benton Harbor area schools and the Berrien Bus both closed for service today. Berrien County RESA is closed. Berrien Springs Community Library closed. Berrien Springs Public Schools are closed. Bloomingdale Public Schools closed. Brandywine closed, Bridgman closed, Brookview Montessori is closed, Buchanan Area Senior Center is closed, as are the community schools in Buchanan. Cassopolis Head Start is closed for today. Cassopolis Public Schools closed as well.
Christ Lutheran School closed, along with Coloma, Countryside, Covert, Decatur, Dowagiac, Eau Claire, Edwardsburg, Fenville, Gobles Head Start, Gobles Public Schools. Grace Lutheran School in St. Joe closed today, along with Hartford Public Schools. Lake Michigan College looks like all the campuses will be closed and going remote. So you still got to go to class, guys.
Yeah, but they do have a note here that Lake Michigan College classes and activities will resume in person at 4:00 today.
Weird.
So they're feeling like the
So it's
sun
like
is going to shine on
It's like
their
a
stuff.
8-hour delay. That's what they.
First time I heard that one.
Lakeshore Public Schools closed, along with Lawrence, Lawton, Marcellus, Matawan. Michigan Lutheran closed today. We also have Michigan Works and Connexus closed, New Buffalo area schools, New Buffalo Township Public Library, Niles Community Schools, Niles SDA, Niles Senior Center. The North Berrien Senior Center in Coloma also closed, along with Otsego, Our Lady of the Lake Catholic Schools, Paw Paw Public Schools, Paw Paw Senior Center, Plainwell Community Schools, Readiness Center, River School number 5, River Valley Schools, River Valley Senior Center in Harbert, Riverwood Center is closed today, along with Ruth Murdoch Elementary, Salem Lutheran Preschool, Senior Services of Van Buren County, South Haven Head Start, South Haven Public Schools, Southwestern Michigan College, St. Basil Catholic Schools, St. Joseph Public Schools, St. Mary's School in Niles, St. Mary's School in Paw Paw.
Now you're just
and
showing
we
off.
also have St. Paul's Lutheran School in Stevensville, Tri-County Head Start in South Haven, Trinity Lutheran School in Berrien Springs, Trinity Lutheran School in St. Joseph, Van Buren County. That's pretty much all closed. No, their offices closed today, along with Van Buren ISD, Waterville Public Schools. We also have Western Michigan.
Yep. Go ahead, finish that one.
On a 2-hour delay.
And then White Pigeon Community Schools is closed.
All right. There you go.
I got the last
list.
one. Yeah.
Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters making that list possible for you. Check those out before you end up heading out at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. Now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local stories that we're following for you today. The St. Joe Public Schools Board of Education is placing a $98.5 million bond proposal on the May 7 ballot. School board officials say the bond will provide funds for multiple years and allow the district to address aged facilities and infrastructure, safety and security, capacity issues, and programming needs. The district plans to allocate the funds across all levels of their schools from early childhood all the way through high school. Officials say key bond improvements would add classrooms for elementary, art, music, and physical education, upgrade existing classrooms, improve student drop-off and parking, replace and upgrade elementary playgrounds, update mechanical and electrical systems, replace the roofs, upgrade the athletic facilities, and establish an early childhood center. The district has set a community forum to talk about their $98.5 million bond proposal on March 18th at 6 p.m. at Upton Middle School. You can also get information on their website. We have links and all that information at WSJM.com. St. Joseph City Commissioners have approved a 50-year lease of the Dickinson Park baseball and softball fields with St. Joseph Public Schools, so the school district can continue using the facilities for its athletics program while making improvements. At their Monday meeting, commissioners heard from St. Joe Public Schools Board of Education President Barry Conybear that because the park isn't owned by the district, it can't use its own funds to make improvements there. However, if the district had a long-term lease on the park, say the 50-year lease, that situation changes. St. Joe City Manager John Hodgson told us that the upgrades envisioned in the 2018 Parks Master Plan will be more feasible if the school district can use taxpayer dollars to help with the ball fields. There was some concern about the length of the lease, but the 50-year term does satisfy legal requirements for the district to use more than booster or foundation funds to pay for improvements at the park. And the next St. Joseph Heritage Museum and Cultural Center lecture will be February 19th. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. It was about Abraham Lincoln and his first and only visit, public visit to Michigan. And so there's more information on that. He actually went to Kalamazoo and he gave a stump speech for the person who was running for president at the time, the former governor of California. And so we'll have more information on that at 8 o'clock on what exactly Lincoln did talk about and where you can see all that information.
Who was the presidential candidate when he did that speech?
I have that information.
Who was it?
It was John C. Fremont.
John C. Fremont,
the governor of California.
That's such a great old name. John
Fremont.
Today it would be weird if you were like, I'm John C. Fremont. That's the news. All right.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
We'll get to sports with Dave C. Wolf.
C. Wolf?
Seawolf.
Like the submarines.
Oh, yeah.
Seawolf.
Seawolf. Was that a TV show in the 90s?
Maybe earlier than
Airwolf.
that.
Airwolf, I
Airwolf
believe.
was the follow-on, yeah.
We'll get to sports in just a few minutes. Let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
Yeah, it was called Airwolf, right? That was like the 80s.
that was the helicopter, the cool helicopter.
It was like fighting crime and all kinds of different things.
Military shenanigans. Let's see. Airwolf.
Still trying to find the Time Lady phone number. Teresa, yeah, you're exactly right. This is how the phone call would go. It would just go beep. At the tone, the time will be whatever time it is. And that's all she would say.
Let's see. The United States Naval Observatory Master Clock Voice Announcer. Should we call it?
The master, is it? Yeah, but there was a local number too.
Was there?
Yeah.
I'm going to call I see a 202 number here. Let's see.
Diane says, try 555-1212. Diane, I think that only works in the movies.
That is information.
Yeah.
That's information. Okay, yeah. It says U.S. Naval Observatory main number. So I'm calling it. Going to put it on speaker here.
Okay.
Turn it up.
U.S. Naval Observatory Master Clock. At the tone, Eastern Standard Time. 7 hours, 40 minutes, 45 seconds.
God, I love that.
Time,
I like that.
40 minutes, 50 seconds.
And just keeps going. I mean, that guy, he has a great job.
Is that, was it Robert Stack or whatever the guy that did Unsolved Mysteries?
I don't know.
We may not know what time it is.
Yeah.
But somewhere you'll find it.
Time and place.
Beep. Yeah. Vic coming in.
Hey, Vic.
Try this one. 926-4151.
Okay, I'm not just going to start dialing random numbers.
Vic,
will you check that out?
Vic, do us a solid. Could you check the number for us? You check the number, if anybody or anybody else, if you want to check the number and see if it is still valid, because I'm sure if the county didn't need it anymore, if or state or whoever was taken over, if they didn't need that number anymore, it just went to being available again.
Yeah,
926-4151.
I think that's a friend of his.
Oh, it's just his friend that just says,
"What do you want?"
Yeah, I'd like to know what time,
what
it
time
is.
it?
I don't know.
Let me look.
It's like on Seinfeld when somebody something got mixed up phone. Where Seinfeld they had Kramer ended up being movie phone.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to know what time the movie's playing. If you pressed 4. I didn't press that. 4. You pressed. Yeah.
Maybe you want to see a different movie.
So many good things, good moments in that show.
Yeah. Back to Airwolf though. 1984, 4 seasons of action on that one. And
three too many seasons.
Jan Michael Vincent was the star.
Yeah. Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah. Barry Van Dyke was in that.
Okay.
Ernest Borgnine, he was the helper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Gotta like him. Airwolf, at the behest of a shadowy government organization, an enigmatic loner steals a supersonic military helicopter.
Yeah, that's crazy that that show lasted that long.
Nobody was paying attention. It just kept renewing.
It was probably like the shows, because there's a lot of shows on CBS.
Yeah.
That I honestly think if they were on any other network, they would not last as long. Because if you look at NCIS, when was the last time you watched an episode of NCIS?
Long time
ago. Yeah. It's a great show. I give it that. And the NCIS LA, that was a good show. The NCIS Miami. Now I don't know what else they got now.
Yeah.
But they have the CSI ones as well. Those ones have been lasting a long time. Survivor is survived so long that there's like 40 seasons of that thing.
Yeah.
Jeff Probst, the host of that show, I'm sure when he got into it, thought this is only going to last a few years.
Yeah.
And it's gone on forever.
I feel like Jeff Probst is playing a Hollywood game of Survivor to see how long he can do the show versus others.
Yeah, the winner
like
of
Bachelor is competing. Survivor.
Exactly. The winner of Survivor is Jeff Probst.
Yeah.
He's survived a long career doing one thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, good show though. I do enjoy Survivor.
Yeah.
Would you ever go on Survivor?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I would
not go on Naked and Afraid.
No,
because they have to be naked when they're in the wild.
See, the thing is, I couldn't go on that show because I wouldn't be afraid. I would just be naked because I am not afraid of being naked. But I'm okay with being outdoors.
But have you watched the episodes, the seasons where they are in the jungle environment where there are nothing but bugs? You basically wave your hand and all the trees disappeared because they were bugs hanging together. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, I don't want. There's certain parts of my body I don't want bug bites. So
and they do. They have bites all over them.
They have butt bites. Yeah, I'm sure.
And at some point, the producers felt so bad for the contestants they gave them a mosquito net. To say, okay, you can during the day you can't use this, but at night to sleep under, you can sleep under this thing because we're afraid you're going to die.
Yeah. There's another survival one that's it's called like I can't remember if it's called like Stranded or Alone or something like that. Where what they do is they take you to some area in Montana or they'll go out to Alaska or whatever, and they'll drop like 6 different people. On an island or a region somewhere.
Yeah.
And you basically you can say, I want out. Like if after 5 days you're like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You can basically call them and say, come pick me up.
I would love to do that.
They
That'd
will
be
come
fun.
pick you up.
Yeah.
And then the other people, I don't think the other people are even notified that other people are out. So if there's like 2 or 3 people left, you don't know because you're on the other side of the island.
Okay.
So
do they ever team up?
No, because they're far enough away,
All
I
right.
think, from each other that you're surviving by yourself.
Mhm.
I think. Oh yeah, my buddy Dwayne says it's just called Alone.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called Alone.
Yeah, I
Great
wanna see
show.
that. Yeah.
Great show.
What do they win if they last the longest?
I think it's like big money, like $1 million, or I bet it's like $100,000. It's probably not a lot. But yeah, some people just go not because they're not not good at surviving. Some people just go because they're lonely.
The contestant who remains the longest wins a grand prize of $500,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Increasing to $1 million in season 7.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I would do that. That'd be fun. Ooh, they have a Paris format in one season.
Ooh. That's cool.
Is in northern Vancouver.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of those good shows. I like Ice Road Truckers.
God.
Great show.
Gives me anxiety.
Yeah, it does. Every time. When they're like, yep, all I got to do to get this load over, I just got to go across this lake. And you just hear that of the ice.
Yeah. That's what it's like outside today.
Yeah, it's slippery. So just be careful this morning.
Mm-hmm.
There's some other Alone shows. It's what is it called? Off the Grid, I think, is one show. There's another one. Name escapes me, but it's just like people live off the grid in different areas across the United States, like the hills of North Carolina or somewhere in the middle of Montana. All right, let's get back to the show here. We got a lot of other things to talk about.
All right.
Just rain by lunchtime and into the afternoon as temperatures warm up. We're going to see temperatures in the low 30s in the morning and in the mid 30s in the afternoon. Not a big change there. So we head into tonight, pretty quiet, mostly cloudy. We drop to 33 and then rain again tomorrow with a high of 37. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
On this fine award-winning program, weather conditions, that's important.
Oh, yeah.
Closings and cancellations and delays. 80s TV shows that we forgot about.
Survival shows
on TV.
Who invented the snooze button?
Yeah. What life was like back when you had to call somebody to get the time, which somebody on our Facebook page gave us the phone number for what locally here we always called the time lady.
Are we sure that's the number though? Because I looked it up and it said it was some person.
Oh, it was a person.
Yeah.
A person owned that.
Yeah.
It was the 269.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just a buddy of theirs.
It might be that the government or whoever it
Could
was
have reallocated.
They just said we don't need this number anymore because nobody's calling the time lady.
But I did. I explained it to my son on there was somebody, the time lady, and that's how everyone, because he was asking, well, before the internet, how did everyone like sync up the time? I'm like, well, there was this number you called.
How did that make you feel? How old did that make you feel?
I felt knowledgeable. I felt knowledgeable.
We're like, son, I'm going to learn you today about back in my day.
We used to put a stick in the ground.
Yeah.
And the sun came around. When it was cloudy, though, we couldn't tell what time it was.
Yeah, that's got to hurt when it's just like, Dad, how did you used to tell time back when you were a kid? And it's like, geez, man, I'm not that old.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever have a curfew? You had to be back by a certain time. Your parents said, "Hey, Johnny, come back from playing with your friends at a certain time."
Not necessarily.
I had that, and I had a wristwatch.
Okay.
And I was so clever. I would turn the wristwatch back a few minutes and give myself some additional time.
Oh, look, Mom.
They caught on. They got on quick.
It's 6. It's only 6 o'clock right now.
My watch says
it's 8.
You're gonna have to give me a better watch.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of calls, some robo calls that these are not so good robo calls, right?
AI is, we were afraid, we were warned that artificial intelligence, basically in this application, sounding exactly like President Joe Biden would be used in the upcoming campaigns. Well, it's already happened. It's happened in New Hampshire. The Attorney General's office says it's investigating what appears to be an unlawful attempt at voter suppression. NBC News was the first to report this on a robocall impersonating President Joe Biden, telling recipients not to vote in today's presidential primary.
Okay.
Although the voice sounds like President Joe Biden, it's just a robocall, and it's not. It's artificially based intelligence that made the script here.
Okay.
And it starts off by saying, it sounds like Joe Biden. He says, "What a bunch of malarkey." He
says malarkey on the phone.
He says malarkey on the phone. The robocall message begins that way because President Biden uses that term.
Yeah, that's one of his go-to phrases.
His signature. It also says that it's important you save your vote for the November election. It's like the oldest trick in the book. And what he also says, the robocall President Biden, not the real President Biden, voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again. Your vote matters, makes a difference in November, not this Tuesday. So they've launched a full-fledged investigation because that's illegal. Voter suppression is illegal. You can't do that. It also concludes with a phone number belonging to the former New Hampshire Democratic Party chair saying, "Call this person for more information."
Oh, geez.
So they're doing prank call setups.
As much as robocalls seem like, that's obvious that's a robocall, there's still people that fall for it. So just be careful.
I mean, in previous elections, you do get calls. You do get calls from high-profile people that are giving you a recorded message. And it sounded exactly the same, but it sounded like Joe Biden. It was not his script, but apparently his voice generated by AI.
Wow.
So you got to be careful. Don't answer the phone.
I'm afraid of not only AI on the phone, but also the AI TV commercials that might show up.
Yeah.
That, they
seeing is believing.
And all you have to do at the end is have I'm blah, 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 and I approve this message.
Yeah.
Well, you could obviously just steal that from another one. Boom. Plop it on the other. Gotta watch out for that stuff.
Yeah, do.
Stay informed, but also stay informed of all the other misinformation that might be out there.
Yeah.
We'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Everybody loves a bargain. Say it. You love a bargain. I love a bargain.
And we'll say when it comes to back to Airwolf.
Yeah.
Ernest Borgnine probably had one of the best careers on television. McHale's Navy. A lot of other movies and TV shows, but I loved watching McHale's Navy.
Yeah, it was
great. The old reruns of that.
Yeah.
That's what I love about those what is it, like Me TV or TV Land or any of those other old channels that have all the old black and white shows. McHale's Navy is a solid one. Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah. Let's see. He was in Escape from New York. I forgot that. I rewatched that recently.
Oh, really?
With Kurt Russell. And Ernest Borgnine was in it for a short period, I think.
Escape from LA too was not so good. Escape from New York, much better.
That was fun.
There's some show where Kurt Russell and his son Wyatt are on a show together.
Oh, like a reality show?
No, it's a drama, and I
Oh.
think it's on Apple TV.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but they were just on Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Oh.
Talking about it. And they said they're having a ton of fun doing that show.
That's great.
All right.
What you thinking over there?
Just got a text from Brett, said the WSJM was cutting out on his radio. You need to put new batteries in the radio.
Yeah, crank it up. Turn the crank on that.
All right. Let's get back to the show here. We're going to have your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment.
Next hour, we should talk about Detroit and the guns they've been confiscating at the airport.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
They keep track year after year.
Sure.
And so we found some numbers that we thought were interesting.
Speaking of shows, I'm always interested in the stuff they find in people's bags in airports. There's like reality shows of that. That's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, the TSA stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to the show here. Get your Moody on the Market update next. For your time and for your support of WSJM.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. We got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com. Our team of contributors always on it, giving you all the info you need to know about business updates, Southwest Michigan and why we love it here, interesting people you should know, and everything in between.
Yeah.
Our Moody on the Move series, check out that, the awards program. Man, there's so much stuff. Even ways that you can be part of moodyonthemarket.com as a contributor by saying, hey, I saw this happening.
Give us a news tip.
Got all this stuff going on over here in this place. So let us know about that stuff and we'll get our team on it. And your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And if you're looking for a fun opportunity to help four-legged furry friends this weekend, you're in luck. There's a charitable fundraiser for the Southwest Michigan Humane Society. It's happening this Saturday in the Arts District of Benton Harbor. And this has become an annual event for Three Pillars Music there on Water Street there in Benton Harbor. They're hosting a charitable fundraiser this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m.
Now, no donation is required to attend, but owner Tom Ives, dyslexic here, is encouraging people to make donations to the Southwest Michigan Humane Society. So we have so many talented musicians in our area, and this is an opportunity to get together to sample some of that talent. And all we ask in return is a donation to a worthwhile cause. So all the performers have a strong ties to the area. Scheduled on the stage, we've got Lake Soda, as well as Matt Lenny of Matt Lenny and the Breakdown.
Oh,
and then
that's a great name.
Yeah, some other great musicians, including Dan Maxon.
Yeah,
good. He's good.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
And it's noted here, but I did see him at the Ghost Light.
Yeah,
during the theater production of Once.
Yes, the theater. Yeah, he's a good friend and he's a great performer. So yeah, if you want to check that out, some exciting things. You going?
To the fundraiser, I got the boys, so I might as well.
Yeah,
I mean they've got guitar. Apparently, So I mean Dan Maxon is really good, so probably go to see him and the guitar stuff there. But I'm interested in Matt Lenny and the Breakdown.
Yeah,
and I don't know what to make of Lake Soda.
I don't know.
Self-described fantasy folk.
Yep.
Grateful Dream, grateful as in Grateful Dead. Grateful Dream Pop. Grateful Dream Pop.
Grateful Dream Pop.
Like Grateful Dead is what I'm led to believe that sounds like. Anyway, but yeah, probably go and stop in for a few minutes.
You gonna bring your guitar?
No.
Okay. I guess it would be weird if you showed up to a performance and you're like, "Oh, is this a jam session? We jamming right now?" We making this? That would be great.
Three Pillars Music is matching all cash donations. Last year, the group raised more than $1,000. The charity they raised for last year was the Benton Harbor Soup Kitchen. So if you want more information about that, you can also donate. If you don't want to donate cash, you can donate new unopened pet supplies or pet food. So check it out. It's at moodyonthemarket.com.
Your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. Vic did give us an update on the time lady.
Yeah, okay.
He says you have to dial the number without an area code. So if you just dial 926-4151.
Thank you, Vic.
You get the time and weather. All right, we'll check it out, Vic.
We appreciate that.
I'll take that call.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to news, sports, and a whole lot more here next.
We're watching over you.
Vic, I'm not even sure if that'll work because I know for the longest time, like when I first got a cell phone, if I had the area, like if I was a 269 and I was dialing another 269 number, I didn't have to put in 269 in order to dial. I would just dial their number and the phone would figure it out.
Automatically do it,
And then after a while, not only when I would make a call, but also when I would just do that, I would also get phone calls from other people that would probably do the same thing. And they'd be like, hey, can I talk to blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, this is the wrong number. And then they just kept calling. They were like, I'm calling the right number. And they would tell me the number. And I was like, well, that's right. But that's not, I'm not this person.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you got to put in like some points you got to put in a 1 before the area code.
I refuse to put the 1 in anymore.
No?
Because my cell phone, all I'm going to do is the area code. I don't want to do the 1.
Yeah. Most phones are starting to figure all that stuff out. Yeah. But before they were like, you need to put a 1.
Oh, yeah.
You also need to put a plus sign in there. Like, this is too much work. I'm not even going to call you then. I'm like, yeah, could you call me back at, Brownstone 542?
Oh, boy.
Classic.
Oh, boy.
All right.
So New Hampshire today, we're going to be watching it. Primary is happening right now. Dixville Notch has their vote in. 6 people voted
and they
for
do
Nikki
it in a
Haley.
house. They don't do it. They don't have
It's
like a
just a living
township
room.
hall or anything like that.
I mean, they could have, but no, it's just a little community. So they have
that would be a cool town to live in.
That would be fun.
I mean, it's got.
Can you imagine being the 7th?
Right. You gonna make a 7th here?
Hey, I'm new here.
Yeah.
Can I bring like a tuna casserole or something?
I think that New England area would just be so cool, especially those small areas, because there's obviously so much history in the New England area. But it would just be like that small town living. I always wanted to live in Vermont.
Oh yeah,
Vermont seems good this time of year. With all the snow. Movie, White Christmas.
Oh
yeah. All right, guys. That about does it for us today. I can see the salt is working on the sidewalk. Man, I was walking up the sidewalk this morning and
look at that.
I had to skate up I was doing the shuffle. Like it was the slow shuffle.
Wow.
Like I had to grab the handrail. It was not fun.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, luckily the salt's working.
The parking lot on our interior high-tech security cameras looks like a mirror right now.
Looks like an ice rink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm cautious. I'm hopeful. Let's say this.
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm cautiously optimistic it'll melt by the time we see Congressman Bill Huizenga.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's coming in later on this morning. He couldn't make it this morning because of his schedule, but he'll come in later this morning. So we'll have some of that tomorrow on tomorrow's show.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We'll catch you up with news in just a little bit, but bye to everybody watching on our live stream. We will check on that time lady phone number a little bit later on, but thanks for everybody for chiming in and having some fun with us.